let's get the first segment kicked off, shall we? And it's a big one, gents. Who is the best player in the world right now? Lionel Messi or Kylian Mbappe? Very easy, nice, easy question to kick off with. Nick, I'm going to come with you first because I think there's probably two ways we can tackle this, right? It's who is the best player overall in this World Cup, and maybe someone will lean towards Messi. But if we talk about who's the best player right now in current form, maybe people would lean more towards Kylian Mbappe. But seeing what Messi did against Croatia in the semi-final and kind of dragged Argentina through, maybe that debate is leveling itself up a bit. So I'm really struggling with this one to figure out who is the better superstar heading into this final, which is not a bad problem to have, right?
No, not at all. I think we've seen so many attacking players, and maybe it's because they have to do maybe a little bit less running, and the defenses and midfielders have to do a lot more running in that congested period. I think we've seen attackers shine. I mean, not just Messi and Mbappe, but Bruno Fernandes. At times, Ziyech looked like an absolute world beater. So I would tell you this. I do believe, in terms of players I've seen play all the time, like very, very often. So I can't really go further back than, say, a Maradona. And even then, I was catching the tail end of his career. Lionel Messi is the best player I've ever seen. Kylian Mbappe is a freak show. He has got the brain. He's got the strength. He's got the speed. He's somewhere between the prototype if you wanted to combine Ronaldo and Messi. Honestly, he's somewhere in between those two. And Andy pointed it out in our WhatsApp chat during the game. He had a Messi moment where the close control, the dribbling in a phone booth, whatever you want to call it, leading up to the second goal was just phenomenal. So I think maybe it'll be this week. Maybe it'll be next year. Maybe it'll take Messi going to MLS and Mbappe staying or going wherever he's going to go. But the baton is going to be passed very soon. And if you made an argument for either one right now, I'm probably going to say, okay, sure.
Yeah, Andy, I mean, can we separate them? As you said, there's kind of the debate around the best overall player, but in best form. Like they're both right neck and neck, and they're so influential the way they're playing right now. So it's hard to separate them.
Yeah, they have been neck and neck, it feels like, for at least a year now. Probably about the time that Messi went to PSG. We feel like, maybe he dropped.
Teammates as well, right?
I know.
That just adds to the extra intrigue around this.
Yeah, of course. And so it has gotten much closer. And I think a lot of people probably thought this tournament would be the exact time that the kind of changeover happens, the passing of the baton, as you guys say. But the more I watch Messi, and the way that he just continues to step up to big moments and say, I got this. And then he does it. He's not ready to give it up yet. And it is so incredible to watch him just with every little bit that he's got left in him, because it's going to take that much to outdo Mbappe, to be as good as Mbappe, to be better than Mbappe at this point, because he is so incredibly good, to Nick's point. But Messi says, I can do that. And then he just continues to go out and do it. And so, whatever happens on Sunday, Messi can have a great game. Argentina can lose. It could go the other way as well. I don't think one game is going to determine anything for these two individuals. But in terms of legacy, you either get a second World Cup at the age of 23, 24 years old. Maybe he wins 4 in his career, or Messi finally gets his. It could not have set up better from a storyline perspective, and just the thrill and drama that game is going to be.
Oh, absolutely. And Nick, here's another nice, easy question for you. Who is the more important player to their team, Messi or Mbappe? I mean, can you easily mark one of these guys out of the game? Because we've seen some teams having a little bit of joy kind of nullifying their threat, and maybe others popping up for Argentina or France during this tournament. But it's not easy to do, right? But on the first part of that question, who do you think is more important to their team and the success in their World Cup final?
Well, this one's a little easier for me, and I'm going to say Lionel Messi, because it's very close. And I think I said last time we did a show that the number one tactic to beating France is how you dealing with Mbappe and still dealing with everyone else, because the tactic is dealing with Mbappe. How are we going to do this against him? But let's put it this way. If Mbappe missed the game, the World Cup final, I would still think France has a pretty good chance to win. If Messi wasn't playing, I would think Argentina would have to fundamentally change how they were going to approach the game. And so Not that that makes one better than the other, and maybe it says something about the rest of Argentina's attack right now, but I have to say Messi is more important to his team.
Andy, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do, and I'll just build on what Nick was saying there. Messi is absolutely 100% carrying this Argentina attack. He is not carrying the entire team the way that he did in 2014 at that World Cup
Oh,
when he got them to the final, the back-to-back Copa America final defeats as well. He carried absolutely everything for those teams. He is still good enough at this point, clearly, I mean, Julian Alvarez has 4 goals because of Lionel Messi at this tournament. Like Lionel Messi has 5 goals of his own because of Lionel Messi. There are 3 players with a single goal for that team as well. And so Messi is shouldering an incredible amount of that workload. Whereas France can create or manufacture chances for a Giroud. They can go on the counter and get Dembele in space. So it doesn't have to go all through or even to Mbappe for France to find success in the final third.
As we're talking about then the passing of the baton, it's come up a lot from Messi to Mbappe as probably the greatest player in the world. I think it's very, very close, and we could see it in the final this weekend, Nick. I mean, do we think long term, if we think about the quality that Mbappe delivers consistently and has done for France and PSG over as, he's still very young, 23 years old. I mean, do you think he can reach Messi's level as the GOAT and maybe even overtake him long time? Or is this just, we're going to have to wait, right? I guess I'm getting a bit greedy with this, but I'm just trying to look ahead and just trying to see how he stacks up with Messi as they go head to head this weekend. And I kind of think that if he does win this weekend and gets 2 World Cups back to back at such a young age, would have played a huge role in that, right? And it's, he's well on the way to getting towards what Messi has achieved in his incredible career. So it's hard for me to answer that, but can you help me out with that one as well?
I'll try. It is very difficult. Mbappe provides something that Messi does, which is both goals and assists and a non-passerby status. It's changed later in Messi's career, obviously. He does less defensive work than ever before, but he was part of a team there. The reason I think it's going to be so hard for Mbappe is keeping it up is ridiculous. That's why over time I've gone from Messi is the best of his generation to he's the best of all time, because when he turned 23, which is about where Mbappe is now, these were the next 5 years of club goals in which he, played a reasonable amount of games. 53, 73, 60, 41, 58. I mean, he is averaging like 44, 45 goals a club year in his career, not counting everything else. And so it's not that I don't think Mbappe isn't at his height, 2-3 years from now, when he's really, assuming he stays healthy, clicking through the gears, as you like to say. I'm not going to tell you he can't be at that level and pull off a 70-goal season where we go, wow, that reminds me of Messi. But Messi did it every year. And I think that's why I've taken so much umbrage over the years with some of the Ronaldo people, because there was that one year he scored more goal than Messi, and they're still surfing on that. Like that wave is still somehow lasting. That's what I doubt, because also Messi was on the greatest team of all time, a team with a celebrated academy. I know I'm talking a lot, but that Barcelona team, not taking it away from Messi, but Xavi and Iniesta. And that's why you look at Mbappe and what he did today, and Griezmann as well, with a 22 and 23-year-old midfielder, because Rabiot was sick and Pogba and Kanté were at home, and that is extremely impressive.
Yeah. Andy, you got anything to kind of add to that in terms of the levels that Mbappe can get to? Because it's pretty scary, but it's pretty exciting to see that maybe that mantle is being passed over, because I think we're all a bit afraid that we've watched Messi against Ronaldo for so many years, and maybe players won't get to that level. But I don't think we really have to worry about that with Mbappe. Obviously, Haaland around, and a lot of other really talented young players coming through as well. But Mbappe is the best kind of player that is ready and primed to take over from Messi.
Yeah, he's the clearest, surest prospect. He's not a prospect anymore, but the surest thing that we've ever seen. Messi, even at that age, or I guess younger when he came on the scene, let's say 18, 19, at the same time as Mbappe, it wasn't as sure, because, I mean, look at him. Clearly, that they're very, very different looking players. And so, yeah, he is the surest thing. And fingers crossed, with health, 10 years from now, we're having these exact same conversations about him.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. That's the main thing here. Messi, however he's managed to do it, he's been hacked at for decades, and somehow he's managed to stay fit. And that is the big thing for Mbappe now, right? To stay fit and healthy. But lads, I'm just delighted they're both fit and healthy. They're firing all cylinders for their teams, leading their national teams. And if we look at the goal scoring charts, they both got 5 goals heading into the World Cup final. And Messi has the edge over Mbappe by 1 assist. So he'll be winning the Golden Boot as things stand. But I'm sure they've both got a few more fireworks to let off in the World Cup final. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for all the latest news ahead of the World Cup final as Messi and Mbappe lead their nations, Argentina and France, respectively, as they try and win the World Cup. But all eyes will be on those two absolute superstars. And again, passing in the baton. That's what we're all looking at here. But Messi, the way he's been playing in this World Cup, lads, he still has plenty left in the tank and plenty left to prove. And obviously, this is all about his legacy and all about winning the one trophy that he really has wanted to win his entire career. And he's so close to doing it. So it's going to be fun to watch these two go at it with Argentina and France.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.